Welcome. Welcome in to the Cold Corner Rap Podcast. Yeah. Welcome in to the Cold Corner Rap Podcast. Tap in. We break tracks, break paths, real talk, real spins. Pull up, let it broadcast. Cav in the cut, that breakdown crazy. EBK got the takes that be wavy. D-man slide through, sharp like a razor, 3 miles deep. Every bar, every flavor. Stories from the blocks to the charts and back. We talk wins, lost friends, every scar from rap. Pull a chair, press play, get your mind on track. If you love real spit, you gon' ride with that. Yeah. Welcome to the Cold Corner Rap Podcast, where the truth hit hard and the gem stack fast. Cab BBK, D-man on blast. Hit play once, you gon' come right back. Welcome to the Cold Corner Rap Podcast. From the first yo to the outro labs, turn it up loud.
Yes, people, man. Long time, man. Long time. I missed that intro, man. Welcome back to the Cold Corner Rap Podcast, Season 2, Episode 1, man. We made it, guys. We made it a season. What's going on, boys?
Good. Big up, man. Big up to you. Big up to D-Man, and big up to the people for making Season 1 a success. And hopefully Season 2 is better than Season 1. But yeah, man, big up. Love this show.
Yeah, man. We keep going, keep going. Season 1. All good. Ready for Season 2, man. Let's get into it.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of things happening this year. We've got obviously Drake, Iceman about to drop in about 2 weeks. You know, I'm gonna add a little poll for the people. I'll put that in after, you know. Just want to know from the people, do we think, you know, this Drake's going to make the big anticipated comeback, or, you know, is it going to be a flop? Because there's a lot of promo that's gone into this album, man, with the whole, I don't know if you guys see the whole, the ice blocks.
I heard about it. It's all on Twitter. I didn't really see the pictures now, but I see apparently there were people trying to chip away at it and all them things there. And yeah, I don't know. It feels anticipation, but it's a bit corny for me, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm hating. I don't know.
Yeah, it was basically.
Drake's always been the corny type, though. There's always been a corny element about him. Ever since he came out with the tight jeans and the, you know, everything about him has been on the edge. So there's some consistency there.
Exactly, man. And listen, we might as well get into the first thing, man. What do you want or expect from this Drake album? Are there any Drake collaborations you would like to hear on this album? And do we think that he will address the rap beef again, whether it's with Kendrick, whether it's Future, Metro, Boomin, The Weeknd? Yeah, man, let's get into it, D-Man. I know, you know, you're not the biggest Drake fan. I guess none of us are, but we can't deny, you know, he does make good music. He makes music for the masses and stuff. And like I said, this Iceman album is highly anticipated, May 15th. We'll go with the first question for you. What do you expect to hear from this album? What would you like from this Drake album?
All right. So in terms of what do I want, I don't really care in it. Like I'm not obviously I'm not this Drake fan, so I don't really. But no, in all honesty, like what do I want? I want to see. Listen, you're not going to get a complete rap album from Drake. You're not going to get that. He's too far gone in his career to go back to that. So, but I want to see the majority of the album as hip hop, yeah, because his credibility took a hit with this whole Kendrick thing, right? So, if you're the guy that you say you are, you know, you still consider yourself part of this culture, whatever, then I need to see it on this album. And I'll see, because when Drake first came out, I was a big Drake fan. I'm not his biggest fan, but I was a big Drake fan for his rapping. I thought, you know, he's a good rapper going back to back with Lil Wayne, all the things there. I want to see that kind of level of quality of rapping from him in a large part of the album, right? Now, I've never really been able to relate to his subject matter. He scratches the surface for me, and it just doesn't hit for me. But I want to see age appropriate music from him, innit? You're gonna get the bangers, you're gonna get the summertime hits, whatever. But I want to see something more relatable from him, some maturity in his music, innit? But do I expect it? I don't know if he's brave enough to do that, because his formula works for him, right? It sells records, right? The bangers, the tunes for the girls, you know, the melodies, whatever. And he touches on emotion, but he doesn't go deep enough for me. So, but does he want to? I'm not expecting him to speak on political matters, because I've never been his forte. I don't really care about that. I don't care if he doesn't touch on that, whatever. But there's some sort of substance to your music, some more substance. That's what I want to see. But I mean, I listen. Usually I wouldn't even listen to a Drake album, but we're on the show, have to critique it, whatever, and I'll give it a listen. I'll try to be as fair as I can, but I can kind of guarantee it's not going to be for me. But let's see what happens. Let's see what he can deliver.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, like I said, this, you know, people behind the scenes that's listened to it already saying, "Yo, he's back." The boy's
I'm not taking that, bro, because these people like Mal and Rory who are up his ass, like Mal's on the payroll, I don't care what anybody says,
100%.
So he's at Take, he's rapping like he's on the Take Care, Drake and all that, and it's the best rapping they've ever heard from him and all this. You're hyping it, you're giving it a lot of hype, you know. So if it's not, I need some answers. So let's see in it. Let's wait and see. Because every album people anticipate from Dogwam, not like this, but there's high anticipation from his albums. And when was the last one that really delivered?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Yeah. His first album in first solo one in 3 years as well. So you know, he's had enough time, and I'm sure the Kendrick beef and has put some fire up him. So we shall see, man. Yo, Mr. Taron, man, what you saying? You know, in terms of Drake, same question to you, really. What do you want from this album, and what do you feel that you can expect?
In my opinion, I don't think Drake make a good album since, I won't say good album. I haven't enjoyed a Drake album since Take Care. That was it, 2011? And so he's made 5-6 albums since then. I think Views was trash, Scorpion, Certified Lover Boy. Had some, you know, but it wasn't a perspective album. I think Take Care was really good. I think that was a good body of work, but that was his second album in. I don't know if he lost his creative spark along the way, but the rest of them didn't live up to that. For this one, I'm saying if he's gonna name the album Iceman, if it has anything to do with George the Iceman Gerving, who was a basketball player in the late 70s and 80s, he got the name Iceman because he was just cool how he would glide to the basket. That he was just cool, like the coolest guy in the league. If it's something along those lines where Drake is comfortable doing this thing, I'm going to give it a listen and see if it measures up to that. As far as the beef goes, I think he will address it, but he will do it subliminally. I don't think he's going to call names out where he's going to leave it to mystery, leave it to us to try to figure out who he's talking to. And he's had enough time to really hone in on the bars. Hey, is he talking about Kendrick? Is he talking about this guy, that guy? I think he will address it subliminally. But Take Care for me was when he started to drop off. But you know, he's popular, he sells, he makes music for the ladies, and once you got the ladies hooked, you're gonna sell records. You know,
100%.
Yeah, I'm not overly excited about it, but I was gonna get it anyway, just to see if he's still got what I expected of him since that Take Care album came out. But yeah, what was the other part of the question? Can you put it back up?
I really don't. Any collaborations that you'd like to hear?
Yeah, I'd like to hear him with Wayne. You know, I'd like to hear Wayne back on the album. Young Money, Cash Money. You know, all that stuff. That's when like you could actually listen to some of them, man. When they had the whole team together, right? Where people were actually thinking Tiger could actually rap. When they actually had, I don't know who was ghostwriting for him back then, but they had good music coming out that camp. But I think the world would listen to or look forward to hearing a collab between Drake and Wayne. You know what I mean? It's been a good minute. I don't that which one of the albums he had to do with the Future? That one was that the Honesty, or what was that?
What, the album?
Yeah.
What was it called again?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can,
Yeah, like yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The
I
nameless
remember
thing, yeah.
Drake because it was a good album, and he had, so Drake, he has made better mixtapes than some of his some of his recent albums.
Well,
But
speaking of Future,
that's
though,
one I'd like to hear him and
they reckon that he's back in the lab with Future in it, and there's going to be a couple tracks with him on there.
That's the rumor, isn't it?
Yeah, which is going to be
looking forward to
interesting.
that shit. Like, anyone really looks forward to Future?
No,
because Future isn't exactly like sells records,
yeah.
makes club music, but
the Drake fans they class that joint album that he did with Future as like the second coming of Watch the Throne. You know what I mean? They it's. I mean, I can't really attest to that.
Album with Too Sexy, that one. What it was? That was
yeah.
That was.
It's overhyped, but I think Drake fans whether they. I don't know. I think a lot of them would like to see them come back and collab, but I think some people still hold that grudge because Future was with Metro Boomin when the beat thing. So thinking, why you come back over this side, blah blah blah, whatever. But
exactly.
Yeah. Other than Wayne, who really would you look for? Because everyone else he's falling out with. Rick Ross falling out with him. You know what I mean? So there's no one really. J. Cole, like.
Yeah.
No, it'll be interesting who he does get back on this album. You know what I mean? But I think he'll have like his usual, he might have like I think there's a rumor that JME's on there. You know what I mean? JME's on there.
There's a list I got here which said rumored collaborations. Central C, Yeet, Julia Wolf, and Morgan Wallen, who've been seen around when Drake's been recording this album. Those are the figures that have been apparently in the studio with him. So we shall see. But with songs these days anyway, man, they will get sent out in it. Not everyone's really in the studio like that. So hopefully, I mean, for me, what I want, same as you, D man, I want to see that Drake rapping, like really rapping. Because when when he started on what was it? Not the Comeback Season. Is it the Comeback Season? The album where he's like standing in front of like a forest kind of thing. It's just his face. I can't remember that album. Comeback Season, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Nothing was the same, and when he was rapping, Take Care, when he was rapping. I like the melodic Drake. I'm not gonna lie. There's a few songs I like, but I think when he does too much of it, and sometimes it sounds a bit too poppy. I'm just like, like we know he's not a rapper, he's an artist. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a pop star, but still, even though there are earlier parts of his career, he had songs written for him and stuff like that. His delivery was always on point.
Yeah,
so can't say that. I mean, collaboration wise, Wayne, yeah, that would be a nice one. I always thought him and Wayne would end up doing like a collab album, like a Watch the Throne type of album. I could see him and Wayne doing that, but I don't think that will happen.
Kanye,
him and Kanye, are they back together now?
I don't know what the thing is with them, because I think the last time Drake was like, nah, he's a weirdo, I'm not doing it. Because ever since he what is it? He gave Kanye the beat, or he gave Drake the beat, or Drake made the beat of it, and Kanye did that before Drake could release his tune, because Drake showed him his tune, and then Kanye released that, that poop, whatever is over that beat that Drake was going to use or something like that. So that kind of like, he's a weirdo. And then he told Pusha T about the child and all the things there. So he's not. But
then they done a concert after that though as well, right?
Yeah, the Larry Hoover concert and all that. Yeah, and all that. I don't know, man. I wouldn't
mind it. I wouldn't mind a Ye Drake collab, because outside of Wayne and Ye, and there's not many that's on his level, really. You know what I'm saying? Someone who's gonna challenge him on a track.
Yeah,
I mean, Hov has been on, I think, about 3 or 4 different Drake albums.
Yeah.
Hov's been on, so maybe might get a Hov verse on there. Who knows?
Well, like you said, Drake, he makes bangers, right? And I don't mind Drake with the melodies, because the tunes that he's got, the commercial tunes with the melodic tunes, I don't mind. It's when he starts trying to sing and croon. Like, I think there's a tune. I've never heard this tune. Don't shoot, but it's something like something. He's got Beyonce in the title. The name he's got Beyonce in the title or something like that.
Yeah.
When he tries to sing like an R&B singer, I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that. I don't mind the melodies, whatever, but when they're really trying to like disrespect the craft, bruv, no, I'm not on it. I'm not on it. Nah.
You're not a fan. You're not a fan. And while we get onto this next one, in terms of what Kendrick was saying, about Drake uses people basically to kind of get a step up. Does Drake actually help smaller genres like Giro, Afro beats, and dancehall by hopping on them, or is he just a vampire who sucks the life out of the sound to stay relevant for another summer? Now I've got a list of people that Drake's kind of helped over the years. We've got Migos, who, when Drake remixed Versace in 2023, Migos were buzzing, but they weren't global. That kind of brought them to that global level. You had Dave, obviously, from the UK, who I'd never heard of Dave until I heard Drake jump on that Wanna Know track, that collab with Dave. Georgia Smith as well. Drake kind of introduced her to a bigger global audience. Young Blue is saying they got Wizkid here saying Drake didn't create Wizkid, but he was huge in Africa. But with One Dance, that expanded Wizkid's mainstream, and you saw his numbers rise from that song. Party Next Door, Popcorn again, him as well. He was obviously big, but Drake kind of, and there's a few more here as well. So do you think it's been? Do you think he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart, or do you think it's just more selfish reasons? Like, if I can get in the Afrobeat scene and this scene and that scene, he can kind of stay relevant for another summer, like the question says. What do you think, BBK?
I don't have a problem with an artist broadening their audience, right? And I think we could be unfair trying to limit this to Drake, because a whole bunch of artists have done this over the years. Even Def Jam back in the day had released that album called Def Jamaica. You might remember that one, where it was Jewels and all the man, Capone, Noriega. So they've dabbled in the craft, but I see Nicki Minaj do it with Movado. You know what I'm saying? We see Nicki Minaj do it with Egyptian. They do this type of shit, right? So broadening your audience is a thing. Now, I do think the Afrobeat one is kind of different, because Afrobeat in some parts of the world has gone bigger than dancehall because they market it well. Right? Because I believe that Vybz Kartel lyrically is more talented than Burna Boy. Lyrically, but Burna Boy is levels.
He's gone.
Right, he's levels, because and not everybody understand what the hell Burna Boy is talking about unless you speak Igbo, right? So I understand that Drake, what he's doing. I don't have any issues. I don't think it's a culture vulture or a cultural appropriation dipping in dancehall, because Popcorn on all these men will tell you that it done wonders for their careers, financially and exposure wise. So I'm actually for it. I actually wish there was more collabs between hip hop and dancehall. The problem is the dancehall artists, sometimes they miss the mark with the opportunities to grow their own audience, because they're not staying true to it. They'll for example, they'll come on I remember Vybz Kartel was on Cormega's album, the first one. Bad Boy track, but that wasn't promoted. So when it comes to Drake, though, I think his audience is big enough where if he wants to feature Popcorn, wants to feature Egyptian, feature dancehall, or a Afrobeat artist, I think he's well within his rights to do so. Still, I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I like it. I like the crossovers, and for me, what as much as I may not be the biggest Drake fan, I can hold my hands up and say, listen, what he's actually done for the culture itself has been, you know, it's been remarkable. Like you said, that whole Afrobeat scene, the bashment scene, the pop scene, like there's so many genres that he's kind of dipped into and helped artists that may not have really seen that light of day or just needed that final push to get them to that stardom level, and he's helped them. So, you know, for me, I think he's done wonders. What do you think, D-Man?
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys have said in terms of the effect and influence that he's had on the culture. You know, he's helped a lot of people from different genres out, and you know, brought relatively unknown artists or to the mainstream, or given even bigger ones that final push to get them to superstardom and stuff like that, which I commend him for. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The only I say it's not an issue, but I struggle to believe it's 100% genuine, and not that it matters, because you know they're both benefiting from this. You know what I mean? So he gets down with certain cultures. You know, it helps his credibility, and then obviously the notoriety of the other artists. You know, pushing their brand and whatnot, and making a bigger success. You know, they can use each other. I get it, but when I see Drake, like for instance, when he does the crossover with the dancehall artists, and he tried to put on that bait accent, yeah, you know, it just sounds too forced for me. And then he tried to do the London accent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he'll drop it in random tunes where there's no London people on there, like that, to make sure that it just seems a bit it screams identity crisis a little bit, yeah. Then he tried to do the what's the Latino thing called? Reggaeton. He tried to do that and stuff like that. And listen, I get it. You know, you're a comedian. You can adapt in any scenario and that whatever. But it just seems a bit. Sometimes it comes off a bit cringy for me. But as a transaction and for what it does for both parties, I can't knock it. You know what I mean? I can't knock it. And you know, he's given exposure to lesser artists, and you know, he's helping them. And you know, I can't really knock him for it. I don't have a problem per se with it. I just don't think it's genuine. You know what I mean? That's it.
If you look at it, like for example, Drake, I feature Popcorn on a song. Like, what's really in it for Drake? Because everyone who lives in Jamaica or everyone who follows dancehall know who Drake is.
Yeah, but he gets that love, he gets that credibility, he gets that like further acceptance. Yeah, they know him and they like his music, but then it's like, yeah, he's like not one of us, but yeah, he's real, isn't it? He's giving it to the people, you know. Because obviously Popcorn's one of the biggest artists in Jamaica anyway, but it's like, yeah, he's showing love to him and whatever. It just helps his, I say street cred, but it just helps his, you know what I mean? It just helps him feel accepted, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know, yeah. But
and the thing is, like in Toronto, you know, like you have New York, you have Miami, London. Toronto got a big Caribbean population.
Yeah,
as well.
I got family. Yeah.
Right there is so I fully understand why he does it. Now, whatever the motivation is behind the scenes, why he's really doing it, only he knows, isn't it? But we'll see it for what it is. But as a follower of the genre of dancehall, I know that those artists appreciate
and that's fine. But then you got the Afro beats as well. Then he goes to Afro beats, you know what I mean? Then he does this and he does that and he does that. Like it's like, all right, which one are you just? I don't know. I would say you're exploiting, but are you? Which one are you more affiliated to? I'm not saying you have to be like choose one and stick to it, but
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I don't know. It's just me and it.
Yeah. Nah, you know what? A lot of people think the way you're thinking. Look at Kendrick's third verse in They Not Like Us. Do you know what I'm saying?
When I heard that verse, I thought you hit the nail on the head for me. That's you're speaking exactly what I'm trying to say about it. But yeah.
Exactly. Listen, before we continue, I just want to try and change. Nope, it's the wrong one. I think it's this one. I got a little speed round. So all of us, we're gonna answer this. So yeah, we're gonna start off with this little speed round. BBK.
What we got?
Jada or Pusha?
Jada.
Jada. D-Man.
But yeah, Jada.
Jada. Yeah, I'm going for Jada as well.
Oh,
T.I. or Jeezy.
Yeah, Atlanta on Atlanta crime. Yeah. T.I.
Jeezy.
Is there another? Hold on, sorry. Before we think, I'm trying to see if there's another
Thug Motivation. Yeah. T.I. man.
thing. There is.
Respect
there
the
isn't.
body of work and the longevity.
Jeezy. I'm gonna go for Tip as well. I think. Bang. Busta Rhymes. LL Cool J.
Woo! Shit. Shit. Historical hip hop presence or personal preference? Jesus.
Yes, it's a lot.
Listen, respect. Damn, bro. Buster.
Buster.
Yeah.
Buster. Okay. D-Man, what you saying?
LL Cool J is hard as hell. I'm
Yeah.
going for LL, man. You know what I mean? I got LL. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going for Ella as well. As much as I love Buster, I love his enthusiasm. But LL for me, especially the early stuff. Oh yeah, it's that man. Okay,
Big up to LL.
Pun or Big L?
Pun.
The Battle of the Bigs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Pun. Yeah.
Punisher.
Yeah. Say with me, man.
Because I actually think Pun is one of the if we're gonna do a list of underrated rappers, Pun would probably be like first or second on my list. Okay. Underrated rappers.
Now this one, we're not talking about the whole package, but we're talking about, Kanye West, Andre 3 Stacks.
I like 3 Stacks. I think 3 Stacks is very creative. I think he's different. I think there's a space in hip hop for him. But Ye is a musical genius, man. Whether he's producing or rapping, Ye.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ye. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have to go for Ye as well. Love Andre 3 Stacks, but I think that he just hasn't done enough for me. Like what he does it very well, exceptionally well, but he just hasn't done enough for me. So, solo wise, he hasn't got a solo project like that. The only one
he's got one with the flute.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's got, I was looking forward to that album when I played it.
I was like, listen, I was so upset. So upset.
No bars, no nothing. AZ and Raekwon.
Raekwon. I love AZ though. That's my guy.
Yeah.
I love he's my guy, but Raekwon has done more, man. Yeah.
I'm going AZ, mate. I'm going AZ. Yeah.
AZ.
I fucks with AZ. That's my guy, but yeah.
I'm going Ray, man. Especially like I said to D-Man before the show started, I've been listening to some Ghostface and Ray in the past week, and I was like, oh, you forget, man, but he's there.
Biggie. I sent y'all a clip like before we came on stream with Biggie.
I go back and forth with this, man. Back and forth. But right about now, at the moment, it's Biggie. It's Biggie.
You know, I go back and forth as well. Because when I listen to All Eyes on Me, I'm like, there's nothing better than this. And then I put on Life After Death, and I'm like, actually, the thing. So yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go Puck, man. I'm gonna go Puck. Just because
put Puck on a couple of tracks with Hove. That's the tiebreaker. He probably get nervous. Well, I'll tell you that Hove was the one who was nervous going on Wax with Big. Held his own though.
It's true. He did.
More than held his own.
Got 4 more before we continue. Fab and J. Cole.
Fab.
Damn. You said Fab way too quick. This is actually
Fab.
closer than you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Fab's one of my faves, man. He's one of my favorites. Fab, yeah. I'm
gonna go ahead and go with old John Jackson, old Brooklyn boy. Shout out to him.
Same, man. Love J. Cole, but Fab just I feel that as Fab's career has kind of grown, he's just got better and better and better as well. Yes. We've got two. Well, I wouldn't say one's been around for years. Other one's not a newbie, but maybe more newer. So we got Stove God Cooks, who I was saying in the last episode, I feel that once his album comes out, it could rival Reasonable Doubt. If I think that, or we've got Benny the Butcher. What we thinking? Have you heard much of Stove God Cooks, BBK?
I've heard more of Benny than I have of him. So yeah, I'm gonna lean towards Benny just because I've heard more of his stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd agree with that. Yeah. I've heard more Benny. Yeah.
I will. Do you know it's crazy? I'll probably just pick Benny only because he's got a higher body of work. But yeah, like I keep saying, man, I got high hopes for this guy, man. As the next one. This one we know D-Man's answer already.
I don't know, man. The Iceman might change his mind. You know, Iceman might get
There you go. Listen, he's repping for us, the cold corner Iceman.
Yeah,
you know, it ties in, man.
I hear it. I'm just not here for it, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Drake. I mean Kendrick.
Do you know what's crazy? I'm gonna go for Drake. You know.
You're not serious.
No, seriously. Do you know what it is? I feel that over the years, I've enjoyed Drake's music more on a whole than I have Kendrick's. Good Kid, Mad City is my album, right? Best album out of the both of them, I think. But I think when I'm talking about just more, who's put out more like songs that's really hit. Do you get what I'm saying? I think on terms of that, I think for me, Drake might just pick him out. I know I'm crazy. I know preach. I know you're probably watching, so you're happy with this.
I don't believe what I'm hearing.
I know. It's crazy. And the last one we got Common and Scarface.
Great comment on that, but nah, listen,
Scar.
Yeah. Common's B album, big, but you're not touching the fix, bro. You're not touching the fix. Yeah. All After My Dying Breed was a very underrated album as well. Yeah. And The Diary. Yeah. Nah, man. Nah, The Ghetto Boys. No.
Yeah. For me, that was an easy pick. I was trying to find someone. There's so many people I missed out. There was no Wheezy. There's so many artists, but we leave that for another show, man. Another round. So yeah, let's continue on. This was an interesting one that someone actually gave to me. They said, who is more responsible for a hit record? The rapper who provided the words or the producer who provided the soul? If you swap the rapper, is it still a hit? I was gonna do this by let's think of a hit. Name a hit record off the top.
Not Like Us.
Not Like Us. Okay. So in terms of Mustard, production, Kendrick, on the vocals, do you feel that it was Kendrick's words that made it hit? Do you think if we had, who can we say, Not Like Us, Snoop? Do you think maybe if we had like a Snoop on there, it could still be a hit?
I think it could be, you know, like the beat is so simple but so catchy. Yeah. Like you can't help but just bob your head to it and get up and start, you know what I mean? And with Snoop's flow on that record, I reckon Snoop would murder that track, you know, with his flow. I think that is maybe, you know, West Coast and all that kind of thing, but even the game could do something on the track. You know what I mean? It's one of them. It's so West Coast that if you get one of them top elite West Coast MCs on there, but people put Ice Cube on there, but it's that good. Don't get me wrong, Kendrick, the memorable bars that he put on there, iconic. You know, the A minor and all that. You know what I mean? That kind of thing there. And but I think that tune, because if you think about it, in that beef, people say that wasn't the best song in the beef anyway. But it's an anthem, innit? But you hear the intro and you immediately just start getting ready. You know what I mean? So I think that tune is 60% the beat. No, 55% the beat, 45% Kendrick. So it's one of them ones. Yeah. But I think you could put other West Coast artists on that tune, and it wouldn't be as big as Not Like Us, but it would still be a hit. It would still be a hit.
Okay.
I think you need the perfect. I think that's what separates some of the good ones from the great ones, because the great artists and the producers can find the balance between input, producer, flow. Because, for example, Exhibit C from J Electronica.
Yeah.
Right. The bars on that, the beat was fire as well, but the bars on that, like, someone could have came and shit up that beat. But the flow was there. So what would you say that one is? 50-50?
Yeah.
Or if you take let's throw out random. It's okay, like Jim Jones, like We Fly High Ballin'. The Jim Jones flow wasn't great in there. That was good production. I think Get Rich or Die Trying was an album of great production.
Yeah.
50 Cent wasn't spitting any bars on there. But the production, you know, I've been, you know, patiently waiting for a track to explode on that. The beats on that shit was, you know, even what's his name? What's the Go Shot? What was the name of that damn song? Goddamn.
In the club. Yeah,
in the club. Like that was all that was production.
Yeah, that's the production.
You know what I'm saying? So the production is, and
it depends,
and that's why you had better music when it was production, when producers were involved. You know, it's like now you're the artist. Like the modern day artist will tell, hey, this is what I want to sound like. But if you walk into a studio with Timberland back in the day, with Alchemist or one of these, man, they would hear what you're saying and be like, you know, I think you should put some guitars in here, or put this here, put that here. So there's, I don't think you would ever have a hit that's purely on the artist.
Yeah.
I think you can have a hit that's more production dominant than it is the actual flow. Because if that was the case, you know, we'd have acapella classics, or just you know, we could sing over any beats. This is why you will have, like, man, we'll take the modern day beats and just turn it into a mixtape, because the production's already done. Like No Ceilings, those were, you know, songs that are already out and popular. But the flow on top of those popular beats made.
Here's an example. You take Gigs Talking the Hardest, yeah. The beat is fire, yeah. But then Gigs' delivery on that track make it what it is, because that same track, remember, that's a Dr. Dre beat.
Yeah.
Who's the original? Who was it for?
Stat Quo.
Now you hear Stat Quo's version on it. Yeah, it's weak.
It's not the best.
You know what I mean? So the artist also can make the beat sound even better. You know what I mean? So it depends, because look at Nas. All right, Illmatic, great producers, whatever, but Nas has been notorious for picking the wrong beats. You know what I mean? But he's still, but his delivery is so good and his rhymes is so good, he makes the track. But otherwise, you put other artists on them same beats, you're gonna get nowhere with it. You're gonna get nowhere with it. So it depends on the artist, depends on the song. It's sometimes the artist shines through. Sometimes the especially if you've got an established producer, they tend to, unless you've got like Ludacris with Timberland, you know what I mean? The beats bang, but Ludacris's flow, so it's perfectly matched. You know what I mean? It's some rappers get swallowed up by the beat. Some rappers command the beat, and others is just equal. It's just a match made in heaven, innit? It just depends. It just depends. It's all.
I hear that shout, because I actually think Mobb Deep was one of the groups who used to pick great beats. Their beats used to be fire. Because remember when we were doing the instrumental show, when I said I have a Mobb Deep one, Cav said Quiet Storm. He was thinking I was saying Quiet Storm. No, it's Getaway. I think Getaway was a fire beat, but the song itself wasn't great. Good song, but the beat, that beat carried that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lean more to the production side, because the production is responsible for the intro. How are you going to receive this song? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if the production is good, you will wait until the third verse to hear Jay-Z. If the production is shit, you're fast forward into the track to get to where.
True. Good point.
You know what I mean? So I think that the production will always have a heavy hand, regardless of how good the artist is, how good the flow is. The production will always, it's this, and it's a dying art, and it could be part of the reason why the music is dying, isn't it? Because the production just isn't there where everyone has access to Pro Tools.
Yeah.
So you don't have to sit in the studio and be creative with an engineer anymore. It's just bang, bang.
It's not distinctive. Even I was watching, I don't know if you guys saw it. Hit Boy.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about he was interview. I can't remember the name of the interview, but he was saying that he got a pack, like you can get all these Pro Tools packs, and it was a free pack, and he basically made a beat using these packs, and then some guy, another producer, has said, "Yo, you're using my sound for this and that, blah blah," and he actually what beat was it that Hit Boy made? I don't know if it was a Beyonce song. I can't remember. I think it might have been a Beyonce song, but apparently this guy, he basically filed
a lawsuit
with a lawsuit, and now Hit Boy had to pay him $45,000 and give him a percentage of publishing for that beat, just because of a sound that he had used and stuff like that. So, and from that same pack as well, but he had stamped that sound or something like that. It's a madness, man. It's like,
because if you listen to number one hits over the years, like classic singles, and you will listen to them, the production rings out. Like, for example, like off the Carter 3, like Amelie. Was that production or artist? Which side would you lean more to, production wise?
Production.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
I'd say production, yeah,
the production. So some of the biggest hits of the 2000s, of the 10s, strike the perfect balance, because if you have a talented artist in your studio and the production is right, you have a hit.
What about like a Kanye West, right? So like Can't Tell Me Nothing, yeah. La 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 la, wait till I get. But then the beat comes in, it just, what I mean. But
that's a great example, because the production I don't care if this song is 5 minutes and 30 seconds long. That intro makes you want to listen to it for 5 minutes and 30 seconds, because the beat will grab you immediately. There are some songs, there are verses that we missed out on because the production was shit, and you're like, oh, what is this? And you skip it. And at minute number 220, there's some fire there that we never heard, because we just. But like, this production is trash. I don't want to suffer through this.
It's true.
So, like the artist will always be the face of the music. I get that, fully acknowledged. But some of these trash albums that we've gotten over the years has been down to bad production, because you didn't just forget how to rap or forget how to sing.
Exactly. And that's why I can't remember the artist. I must get the article and send it to you guys. But the artist was saying, back in the day when you had all these collabs and everybody was fighting to go last so they could kind of body the end and stuff. The artist was saying now a lot of artists are fighting to go first, because if you're third, you might not get heard.
It is true.
So, and the thing is, like a bad production can ruin a good song, or your average flow and the production can carry you. Because if you're like a Chingy or a Jaquan and these, man, you got carried by production for your one hit wonder. You know what I mean? So big up to the producers. The good ones that gave us some fire over the years. Because I don't know if you may have seen the Michael Jackson movie, right?
Not yet.
There's a Quincy Jones interview. This ain't got nothing to do with the movie. Like, don't stop till you get enough. Like, Michael actually wanted to take out the way the song started. That don't stop till he wanted to take that out, and Quincy was like, "Oh, mother, I'm the producer," and now that's what everyone knows that track for. And that's Mike. Quincy's in the movie, by the way.
Good movie, man. Today they, I don't know if it's real, but today they announced there's a sequel as well.
Yeah.
The way it ended, definitely that makes sense.
It has to, yeah. But
I'll
we
be
won't say
seeing it
much
next
because
week,
I know
man. Next week. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe you know what, it'd be a good discussion as well.
Yeah.
On our show. Talk about Michael in general and the influence he had on the hip hop scene, and
we could do a whole episode of Michael Jackson because that's my guy, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's my guy. Yeah.
Trust me. Right, let's move on, man. If you had to pick one duo to represent hip hop in a time capsule, don't have to be the most famous, but just the duo that had chemistry. Like they belong together. You know, you get certain rappers and you're like, they're good individually, but together they're trash, but they come well. Pause. I've got there's a list that just kind of that I've got. There's quite a few. I'm just gonna read any of them out. If any that you don't agree with, just say yeah, stop. So we've got Outkast, Andre 3 Stacks and Big Boy. Mobb Deep, Prodigy and Havoc. We got Pusha T, Malice, Clips, obviously. Eric B and Rakim. UGK, Bun B, Pimp C. You got Black Star, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, 8 Ball and MJG, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Salt and Pepper, Crisscross. They put Method Man and Redman. I guess they've had albums together, so we can count them too. Yeah.
Capone Nori. There's no shout for Capone Nori.
Capone Nori as well. That was on the list. MOP
Okay.
as well. That's all I got so far. That's all I can think of, to be fair. But is there any, if you could only pick one of those duos that if you could go, say, back in time and you could take a capsule with you and you had to show, you know, when hip hop was just beginning, the very beginning, and you could show, you know, the people, look, these are the guys that in the future, they're the duo that represent hip hop. Like which duo out of the two would you show? It's a tough one, isn't it?
It is. It's a damn shame that Styles and Jada ain't really an official duo still.
Or Ghost and Ray.
Yeah, I'm always gonna go there. But listen, this is the part of the show or a part of the episodes, a part of the season where I get to give props to Outkast because we don't get to discuss them enough.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
You know, they made 5 albums. They haven't made an album since 06. I was like 2026, man. Don't be surprised if this summer you hear 20-year reunion because you know
they haven't made a weak album either. They haven't made a weak album.
I mean, Outkast, bro. The story of hip hop can't be told without them. When it was all East Coast, West Coast, before T.I. was able to say, I'm the king of the South, before Luda was able to say, first Southern rapper signed to Jeff Jam, we were listening to Stan Kanye and Aquemini, you know?
Yeah.
So, big up to Dre and big up to Outkast.
Big Boy.
Yeah, man, yeah, big him up, man.
Yeah. I think with them two, they're probably the most complete duo. The creative range that they both have, the commercial success, the longevity in the game, the albums, like you said, Aquemini, Stankonia.
And the thing is, the funny thing is, everyone raves about Andre 3000, his lyrical ability, but don't people sleep on Big Boy? You know,
Big Boy guy, bro.
You know what I mean? He holds his own throughout all those albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, he's definitely, and if you look, even if you just the features that they do together, like some of the time, like I think it's you know, the International Players Anthem where everyone knows the Andre 3000, but Big Boy's verse at the end of that, cold. The Walk It Out remix, cold. Like, yeah, listen, he's not to be slept on, man. Not to be slept on. But
was Big Boy on that on the 1 Minute Man remix with Missy and Nas? Was he on there?
Cool.
I think he was on it. No, what? Now was it Q-Tip? It was Q-Tip, wasn't it? Yeah, I think he was Q-Tip.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not sure it's Big Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. His features, when he features, he spits some piff.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. I don't know. So you got Mob Deep, obviously, as well. That dark, gritty street thing. You know, a lot of hits. Clips as well.
Yeah.
You know, Pusha T and Malice. I mean, them two, especially on this latest album. Obviously, every album they
haven't made a weak album. They haven't made a weak album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
up there. They're definitely up there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I haven't listened to much of Bun B and Pimp C.
I know a couple of it, but I don't know.
Not in depth enough to say. Most definitely Tyler Quali, I think Black Star.
Very talented, both very talented.
Yeah.
In that, but I mean, lyrically they can talk to the rest, but I just don't think, you know what I mean, the iconic albums that Outkast put out and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not really the same. Not really the same.
I mean, for me, you're looking at Outkast, Mobb Deep, and the Clips as probably the top three. And maybe like Outkast for their longevity and stuff. But then again, Mobb Deep was out from early, like 15, 16 as well. So, you know.
It's a great shout. I'm not mad at it. It's a great shout.
So probably between Mobb Deep and Outkast, and then Clips, I'd say, just behind them. So yeah, in the capsule, we'll just say me. I'll probably just put Outkast in there, man.
Yeah.
Just chuck Outkast in there for their creativity. Now, this one, Kanye is famous for having rooms of writers and producers. If we judge him strictly as a rapper and not as an architect, is he even in the top 50 of all time? Or has that genius label blinded us? Someone told me to ask this question. And
so basically they're saying that Ye isn't as creative as we give him credit for. That's the
lyrically.
Yeah, lyrically. If he because he's got a lot of his songs are written by other people and stuff. He's got a team of writers. Without his team, would he be Ye?
I think so. Listen, it's gonna take. Okay, you get into a room with writers, right? And what are his instructions though? Does he give him a rap, an idea? You know, I want to make a song called Gold Diggers, and then leave the room and come back later and then reads it and be like, "Nah, I don't like this. Do it over." Then goes back to the gym, come back, I'm like, "Okay, I like it now." Go step in the booth and sing it. That's different. But if he writes them a song and say, "Hey, look, like proofread my work," right? One writer to another, like an author to another author. Hey, I'm writing Huckleberry Finn, and you give it to another author, proofread it, and then he inks it up, and y'all bounce ideas off of each other. Right now, something about Ye to trust people enough to write for him.
Yeah, and when did he start?
Yeah,
having people write for him, because remember the early days when he's struggling to get on and stuff, when he used to rap for Rockefeller and that. He was doing it. College Dropout, I think that's all his work. You know what I mean? So it's just like, when did he start? And is it? Are they writing his raps or are they writing his songs? Like, you know, like for instance, his latest album, he's got to call all the love or all the lights, whatever you call it, which is what a bang. But it's a singy songy tune. It's like a pop tune. Is he getting people to write those kind of tunes for him, or is it particularly his raps that he's getting people to write? Because he can rap, he can rap to a very high standard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's going to take more than people saying he has an army of writers for me to take away any kind of respect that I have for his creative genius. Right? Because I've seen it for time. Ye ain't a flash in the pan. He's been here forever.
Exactly. And what's the throne? Did people write his rhymes on that one, or was that him? Because
I'm not sure.
you know what I mean.
I think that convo came up because obviously I think Rhymefest wrote 90% of Jesus Walks in it.
Right.
So I think in terms of that song, I'm not sure. I know there's a few other songs as well.
Now, did he write that for Ye, or he write that for other rappers? Because this could be a case of he wrote this song for a bunch of other rappers and they were like, Jesus, nah, this can't play. Kanye is brave enough to say, I'm gonna take this song and make it into a hit. You know what I'm saying? So it's layered there. Because what if we find out that, for example, while they're doing Watch the Throne, if he passed Hove a note and hey, this is my verse, and Hove says, hey, I think you should say this instead of that. You know, I don't consider that ghostwriting. If you're bouncing your ideas off of other creative people, it's different than you write me a song, you make me a beat, and I'll just come sing it. Because that's more on. Because listen, Beyonce ain't writing another song for the rest of her life. She got about 100 songs to pick for. Hey, for this album, I'm gonna pick these 12. You write this, you know what I mean? But in hip hop, it's different because we hold rappers close to the words that they say.
Yeah.
But if he puts out the idea and they write the music for him and then he just goes in there and sings it, that I have a problem with. But if Ye has write 75% of the songs, or he write the verses and he needs a hook and someone writes the hook for him, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't mind collaborative efforts like that as well. To be honest, because when you look through credits these days in songs, like people get publishing just for saying 3 words sometimes. Do you know what I mean? They get their little publishing. Or
where do you see the credits on digital buys though? Because I don't, not that I look, but if I wanted to know who wrote on Iceman, where the hell do I go look?
I think
I always go Wikipedia. I always, whenever I want to kind of know if like an album comes out, I want to know whose thing. I always type in Wikipedia because they always give
if
you.
You buy it on iTunes Music, it don't show the credits.
iTunes, no.
I think with something like Tidal, I think if you click the info button, I think it will give you the credits of who's written, who's produced.
That's part of the problem right there. Because back in the day, you would know who wrote the damn song.
But in terms of your question, though, regardless, it wouldn't surprise me if Kanye, in terms of best rappers, falls outside the top 50 for most people. That wouldn't surprise me. You know what I mean? But in terms of their favorite artists and favorite rappers, he'd be up there. But in terms of like, if you had to list the best rappers in hip hop, he's definitely outside the top 20 for a lot of people. I think. You know what I mean? So
I can't name 20. I know I can't name 20 rappers better than him.
That rap better than him.
That Kanye?
Not that put better songs to him, but rap better than him.
I don't think I can name 20.
No.
There's a lot of.
I'm saying I rate Ye highly.
Listen, he's one of my favorites. But I wouldn't play when I think of rap. I wouldn't put him as my favorite rapper. But in terms of like rap artist, because the quality of albums that he puts out, you know, the iconic tunes and that, I put him up there. But in terms of the
question, you think you can make two classic albums if you don't know how to rap?
No, he knows how to rap, but his albums are more great bodies of work in terms of the way he matches his rapping with the production, because production is the best you'll ever hear. Like, you know, he's one of the best producers ever. So the music as a song, as a collection of songs, the albums, they're untouchable, and that's part of his creative genius. But you're not going to put him next to a Jay-Z or a Nas or a Jada, that kind of thing, because of his lyrical ability. You know what I mean? I think he's good, but he's not elite. He's not elite like those spitters. You know what I mean? So
if I go sit down with pen and pad, I can probably list 20 rappers that are better than him. But just off the top of my head right now, if you ask me to name 20 rappers who can rap better than him, I'll be hard pressed. I'd have to like go do homework. I might go do it. I might go sit down with pen and paper and see and do it from an objective standpoint to see if I'm just speaking as a fan.
Yeah.
You know, that makes
Is Drake a better rapper than Kanye?
No.
What would you say?
hell no. Hell no.
Rapper. Do you know?
A better rapper.
That's what I was saying. Rapper. I don't know. Drake. We can't sleep. You can't sleep on Drake when he's in that zone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As a rapper, he could probably.
I've heard them separately, and I've heard them on tracks together. He ain't seeing Ye.
I don't know about he's not seeing him. I don't know about that. Remember, I don't like Drake, bro. I don't like Drake, but credit where it's due. I don't know, man. I prefer Kanye's music all day long, and I think he's got better tunes, more iconic tunes than Drake. If it was the verses, I personally think Kanye bodies Drake in the verses, but rapping ability, I don't know. I don't know.
By rapping ability, you're talking about. I'm standing behind the microphone and I'm just delivering bars to you.
Yeah, that's.
I don't think
listen. We could. All right. We know Jay. We know Jay. We know Nas already. Are we talking about living as well? Alive or dead, or just alive? What we say?
No, bro. Alive or dead, bro. Because when you talk about your favorite rappers, you have to like the best rappers.
The music lives on, isn't it? Yeah, the music.
Yeah, you can easily Jay, Nas, Biggie, Pac, Pun,
Big L,
Eminem. Yeah, we agree with that. Eminem,
Buster.
Yeah, you're not at 10 yet.
Buster Rhymes, Luda, Jadakiss, Pusha T, Malice, even.
Yeah, are we saying Styles?
Yeah, Styles
I
as well.
I will hear that.
Yeah,
we'll say Styles. Andre 3000.
Yeah, Big Boy. How many is that so far?
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
that's about 14, 15.
The Game.
Yeah, The Game. I think. Yeah,
Game can rap. Game can rap.
Yeah, Fabulous.
Fab.
Yeah. Weezy, Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Better rapper. Yeah.
J. Cole.
That's right. There might be 20. There might be 20. There might be 20. I'm still gonna look at the list. I'm not gonna go. Yeah, there might be 20.
And we didn't even put the females in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to add the females in there too. But yeah, we just got a few more questions before we get out of here. Right. This question is interesting. Who has the most to lose if they dropped a trash album tomorrow? Jay-Z's Perfect Legacy, Kanye's Genius Title, Nicki's Queen Status, or Drake's Untouchable chart run? Who do you think would have the most to lose if they bought an album tomorrow and it was like horrible, not even half a mic, just terrible?
It has to be Drake.
Yeah, it has to be Drake
because
of enough credibility.
Yeah, and he has enough credibility, and we suffered. I would say trash albums, but we suffered subpar albums, whatever. But with Drake and the anticipation that's been built up for this album, and given the fact that what happened with the Kendrick thing, he can't afford to drop it because all Drake has got really is his chart success and the amount of albums that he sells. Really,
yeah.
So if his own fans start turning because it's that bad, I don't think he can't come back from it.
Yeah,
because Drake feeds off the public perception. You know what I mean? And what people think about his album, but think about him. So if you drop a trash album after all of this, you lost the beef, you've taken time out, you've highly anticipated your album, you're doing all this, whatever. You drop an album tomorrow and it's garbage. You compare the rest, right? Nicki Minaj, no one cares about Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, she's been dropping trash albums for time, so it would be just another one. You know
okay, you know what I mean? No surprise there. You know what I mean? Like I said, Jay-Z's got built up enough credit, whatever. Who's the other one? Kanye. Now, Kanye, sometimes you love or hate his albums anyway.
Yeah.
But then years down the line, you might think, oh, it's not too bad. You know what I mean? He was ahead of his time. But you know, Kanye, because he's so out there, he experiments and stuff like that. You kind of give him that. But even if he gets trash, think, you know what? It's Kanye. He's tried something different. Yeah.
Exactly.
Drake, nah, he can't afford to drop trash. He cannot afford to drop trash. He can't. Yeah. But
Definitely
Especially around
not.
the hype around this one. You done promoted it, all this hype. You got people out here waiting.
Mm.
Then you drop a one mic. Yeah, you gonna hear about this.
yeah.
The Twitter won't be quiet on this one.
And not even academics can save him, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even
This is-
academics.
This is why I feel this album for Drake, it has to be like you've taken 3 years out to do this album. Like we said, he's had the beef in between. You lost that. This is it now. I think this is Lance Chance Saloon. Otherwise, everyone's black.
So there's pressure there. You're saying there's pressure there to deliver.
A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. You know what I mean, he's on Arteta time right now. that type of pressure. You got to deliver now, or
What
you
is
know?
scheduled? What May 15th is what I'm hearing that is scheduled to
Yeah.
for release.
Yeah, May 15th.
Yeah,
May 15th.
I'm gonna give it a shout, man. I'm gonna see what it's on.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna listen to it with the same ear that I'm expecting to hear from Take Care, which was 15 years ago, bro. 15. That's a whole rap lifespan.
Man.
You know what I mean? So
Like D-Mo was saying, Hannah, if we can get that Drake that's evolved, that grown Drake with, you know, he might be onto something, but you know, we know he loves the pop stuff and the catchy stuff, so I'm expecting more of that. Question: If you have to build a label today, to last 50 years, who are you hiring as CEO? Jay-Z for the business, Kanye for the vision, Nicki for the loyalty, or scrap Nicki already, and Drake for the hits.
is Nicki known for loyalty? Is that her thing? Like she's known for
I don't think so at all. Because the way she's been going at Hove, whoever else, yeah. After she praised Hove a couple years ago for doing this, said this for her, that for her, this for her, that for her, and then all of a sudden, nah. So that's definitely not Nicki. Listen, man, just gotta be Hove, innit?
Really? Yo, I'm going with Suge Knight. Suge. Big Suge. Yeah, Suge can get anybody out of a contract. You know, he's a businessman. if he has to hold somebody over a balcony to get you out of a shit contract, that's what he gonna do. Well, but, you know, like you'd want a businessman, right? What was the name of that guy? The Def Jam guy, the white guy.
Leo Cohen.
Leo Cohen, yeah.
You need a businessman. You need a Russell Simmons, like a businessman.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because Jay learned the business, right? Jay didn't enter the game as a
businessman.
Yeah, so he just understood that that's where the money is on that side.
But then again, to cut in, a lot of people were saying because of his businesses in the street, the transition was very easy. So he's very business focused before he actually got into the game.
Yeah, that definitely helped, man. You know, like they say a lot of these big time hustlers, if they had gone legit, they'd be like multi-millionaires now because they've got that mentality, you know what I mean? That vision, that business mind and stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. That definitely helped him. And I think, yeah, you need a businessman to you know, because it's all good. You see, with Kanye, you know, 1 minute you're earning 4 billion, next minute you're down to 500,000. You know what I mean? It's just like, but it can always get you back up there, but then how can you sustain it? You don't want that ride for 50 years, up and down, up and down. You need stability, steady growth. You need steady growth. And I think Jay-Z is the guy to do it. The rest of them, like Drake's the one that he's your worker, innit? That you put out there to help you grind and get that big money, that big profit a year in, you know, every 5 years you get that big, or for sustainable for 5 years, you get that upwards, that, you know, your profits are just booming for 5 years, 10 years, whatever. That's who you hire, but not to run the label, not to be that CEO now.
Exactly. I think that's a funny question. I found that question and I read it and I was like, is that even really a question? Like the names on the list is not really the best names to be fair. To be fair, I should have changed that before I started that. But Two more questions. We're just going to get into a bit of the female side of things, female side of rap. Now, I'm going to start off with this. This is going towards, say, Meg Thee Stallion. When she raps about sexuality and how good WAP is, and and how she can move to guys, if an artist like her talks vulgar and the way they talk, certain artists, the Sexy Reds and stuff, the way they sexualize themselves and talk the nastiest stuff, when can they really play the victim and expect sympathy when things happen to them which they've been talking about in their music? And what do you think, D-Man?
So again, it goes back to that conversation in about like life imitating art imitating life and stuff. Like, how serious are these girls about that? But the harsh reality is if you're going to be, Meg Thee Stallion, for instance, I don't listen to all her songs, but from what I do hear, it's literally the same thing all the time. Yeah? And you're talking about, how this guy wants you, that guy wants you, use that guy, and you've got the bestest and whatever. Then you can't really turn around and complain when you are being sexualized by men. Like, they just see you for one thing. They just see you as a sex symbol, the sexy girl, blah, blah, whatever. There's no substance to your music. So therefore, when people treat you like there's no substance to you and they use you for one thing, don't worry, I get it, you've got feelings, whatever. Maybe that's not who you are in real life and that. But from a public perception kind of view, I don't think many people are going to feel, many men, women, I can't speak for women, but many men are going to feel that much sorry for you because that's all you are to them, innit? Like, you're a sex object. You know what I mean? So it's, from a male perspective, they're going to think, all right, like, this is what you signed up for. This is what you're talking about. What are you crying about? You know what I mean? You're meant to be this boss where we can use guys for this and a third, whatever. Yeah. But when they do it to you, I thought you were hard as nails. I thought you don't care. I thought you're a boss. You can boss up and level up and you go on to the next one. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is.
And someone put a list up of her last partners in the last, I think, 5-6 years. And the list is very long.
It's right. Kardashian like. This like a Kardashian list is one answer.
I'm saying. And also you think about it, because the guy that she was with, Pardy, or his name is Pardy, ever?
Yeah, Pardy, yeah.
Apparently she cheated on him with the small guy. What's his name? The one in jail, Tory Lanez. Yeah. And then when she was with Tory Lanez, she was sleeping with the other rappers, whatever. Like, you're getting and whether or not it's true or not, but this is how it makes it more believable because of what you talk about. These guys that are coming out saying, "Yeah, I did this, I did everywhere." No one can say that they're lying. It might be lies, but it doesn't seem like, because of this is what you talk about. You know what I mean? And yes, it's not fair because male rappers do the same thing. You know what I mean? They brag about the girl they slept with, and whatever, they got this girl, that girl, that girl. But it's not fair, but it's reality, isn't it? Women are judged on a different scale to men. You know what I mean?
Double standard, isn't it? It's a double standard. But the thing is, double standards exist because the thing is, double standard, they don't complain about a double standard that benefits them. Because I heard Cardi literally talked about drugging people and robbing them. Can you imagine if a male he's canceled by midnight? Career done. But no one complains about because it benefits them. Like, but what I was
see with R. Kelly, mate.
I do sympathize with female rappers because they have a very limited amount of stuff that they can talk about. Right, it's very limited, and the one that can do that well. But as far as the sexualization and the vulgarity of it, it's nothing new, bro. Like, if you go back 30 years and listen to some of Lady Saw's music, that's all. Like, bro, she makes Lil Kim sound like a Christian.
Yeah,
so this new stuff, it's what they get to talk about. But don't pretend like the double standard doesn't exist, and don't act like you didn't use it to your benefit, because there's a reason why WAP sells. So that's what you're gonna. What you're gonna lead with. But the reality is, even when the male rappers sexualize and degrade the women, I go to the club all the time and I see women sing it word for word. You know what I mean? They will, and then they'll be like, he ain't talking about me, and there's Keith on rapping.
Yeah.
He's talking about you. And Wayne is talking about you, Goggle and all that. He ain't talking about me. He's talking about you. And so, you know, you can separate the art versus life and all that stuff, and you can separate the lady from the music, but there's always going to be an underlying element there. When Shine went to prison, and when for his sentencing, when they played his music, it didn't help.
Yeah.
When they played Bad Boy, bang, gun in your face, your thoughts on the. It is what it is. You know what this music industry is about. It's cutthroat. There's double standard. It's unfair. So what? That's just how it is.
And you take the Meg Thee Stallion situation as well. What makes it a bit more cutthroat in terms of where she's perceived is that, remember, she did that interview with Oprah, and she swore blind that she didn't sleep with Tory Lanez or something like that.
Was it Oprah? It was Gayle, innit?
Gayle,
Gayle, yeah.
And then it turns out that was a barefaced lie. You know what I mean? So you coming out telling that Clay's cheated on you, either it's a lie or people just don't care. They just don't care.
Put on the waterworks and everything.
You know what I mean? So you're not we don't believe you. You know what I mean? So there's no sympathy for you. That's what is what it is, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I was gonna go on to the last one, but we kind of answered it. Are these female rappers like her and Cardi B? Are they role models for females or bad examples to follow? Really, so
it depends what you take from it, because you could take the good from it. Depends that they're successful. You know, they make their own money. You know what I mean? And they've grinded to get to where they are. Like we've seen Cardi B's come up from love and hip hop all the way to where she is now. But then at the flip side, yes, you're oversexual. Not only that, but you're saying the same. You got with a guy that's got Offset had how many babies and baby mothers before? Yeah. Then you saw the public fallout back and forth with him, and then they talk that when you were pregnant with this child, you got with Stefan Diggs, who had how many baby mothers before that, and now you split up and you're now baby mama number what? So your kids have now got how many brothers and sisters from how many different babies? You know what I mean? It's not. You know, it's not the. It's not ideal with it. It's not ideal.
It's definitely not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Before we wrap up, I don't know if you lot saw the Billboard's 2026 top 50 rap albums.
I saw it.
Of all time, and they marked Illmatic as number one.
I'm surprised.
Rap album of all time. I'll just give you the top 10. Number 2 was The Blueprint, Jay-Z. I would have put Reasonable Doubt over that personally. But number 3 was To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar, the third greatest album of all time. They're saying. Number 4 was Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent.
That's just nonsense.
This is a whole other show, bro. You know what I'm saying? A whole episode of that.
I was saying we can come back and do this in tomorrow in a few days, but I'll quickly go through the 5 to 10. Is Take Care, Drake, 5th best album of all time on Billboard. Number 6 is Kanye, Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Number 7 is Ready to Die, Biggie. Number 8, All Eyes on Me, Puck. Number 9, Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem, and number 10, Reasonable Doubt.
I was about to say Reasonable Doubt didn't make the top 10. Scrap that list. Throw it in the bin. You know what I'm saying?
I think putting Biggie and Pac next to each other is a cop out.
Yeah,
I think that's a cop out.
Safe space.
That is a safe space. So they done 50 albums. You got a few of them. It Was Written was 11. Dr. Dre The Chronic was 19. The Carter 3 was 25. Me Against the World Puck was 22. Let's go the most. Is there any surprise ones that are kind of? Watch the Throne was 34. 80 Aliens 32. Enter the Woo 31. So it's certain albums.
Classics on there. They got some classics there, but that top 10 list is a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It is a mess and surprising as well. God, but obviously they're not going themselves because we know Illmatic and that didn't thing. But yeah, mate, like you said, man, that's another episode where we can look through and discuss and move these numbers around. But yeah, man, it's another big up you guys, man. Episode 1 of season 2, man. We'll be back, man. It's been a while. I know people been waiting, people been messaging like, when's the next episode? I said, yo, man, like just done the first season, gotta let it marinate, go back and watch what we did, you know, first, and then we'll be coming again with the new stuff again. So yeah, respect to you guys, bless as always. Here, and then yeah, next one, I think for the R&B fans, I had a few people remind me to say, oh, are you still gonna do an R&B show? It's like, yes, it's coming, don't worry, man. So yeah, we'll get into that, and then we'll do a one-off special, the Cold Corner R&B show. So yeah, we'll come and do that, and get a few people on the panel and talk about some good R&B music, man, old school stuff.
Is there?
Well, yeah, man. Big you guys up. Respect all time. And yeah, man, this show should be out in the next 12 hours or so. I'm going to put that out. So yeah, big up everyone. Support, like, share, subscribe. Big up Tyrone, big up D, man.
Of course, man.
I'm out, man.
Big up. Peace.
Peace.
You never heard before, spitting game words galore, rap heads on the floor, cab up the score, you know what it is. Cold corner, hosted by Cap.